Greetings, this is Sam from SignNow support. Today we are going to discuss embedded sign-in process using SignNow API, how to set it up, how to test it, how to verify that it's working, and basically where to get all the required parameters. So for that we will be using some sandbox SignNow account. We will be using SignNow documentation, and we are also be using Postman to execute all the calls. So to start, we will need to go to the embedded sign-in documentation, and we would need to check what kind of call we need to execute. So in here, we can see the request sample. This sample is really useful because we can simply copy and paste it to the Postman. I think we should proceed with that. So we go ahead, we paste the request, we import it, and as you can see, we already have created requests that we can try to use for our use case. So after we've pasted the request, we will need to check it. So as you know, you need two parts of the request. It will be the header and the body. So in the header, we can see that it requires our active access token. For that, we will simply, you can import it from your other request if you have it already. If not, you would need to use this generate access token call and create an active access token. So in here, I already have mine created and I have it stored in the Postman. So the headers part is correct and is ready. We go ahead to the body of the request. So as you can see in the example, we have two signers that are going to be present on this document. However, two signers is not required, and most of embedded sign-ins, as far as I know, go to only one signer that is currently opening the document. So for our test purposes, we will be taking out the second signer, and we will only need to define one signer. So how do we do that? Because it requests role ID, it requests an email, and etc. So the email is, it can be any email address that the signer has, or it can be a general email address that you as a developer have. So it can be like my address, samsignow.com, or it can be some general signers at SignNow.com, etc. So we'll go with Sam, as I can control this invite. And we'll need to take role ID. For that, we will go to the next part. We will need to have a document, a specific document that has one signer. So for that, we will open the latest uploaded document, and we are going to prepare it for sign-ins. As you can see, it's general W9 form. So for our test purposes, we don't need anything specific. We will just go like two text fields, two signature fields, and we'll leave it like that. So as you can see, we have default recipient, and we will need the ID of this recipient in our call. So we will go ahead and use save and close the document. We'll need to take the ID of this document, and we will need to use this ID to get role ID that we have on this document. How to get it is pretty simple. Once again, we will need to go to our documentation and use the get document call. This call is really useful, and it is basically used for most document workflows because you need a lot of information from your document. So once again, we go to import raw text and we paste our code. And in here, we only need document ID. We need our active access token, and we don't need a body, right? So the document ID is here. and we will paste it in the URL. So we send it out, and right away we can see that request returns some payload. And this payload basically describes the document in every detail, in every setting that the document has. But we don't need everything. We just need the role of the signer. So I guess we can go for the, yep, right away it found this one. So you can see I just found with a keyword that I have array of roles. And in here, we can see a unique identification of this recipient one role that we have on the document. We need it. We need it for the embedded sign-in call. So we come back to the first call, we paste it, and in a nutshell, that's all we need. Let's double check this before sending it out. So we already need document ID. We need authorization. Oh yeah, document ID, actually. It should be here. So we take it from this call to, and we paste it here. So if I did everything correctly, we will see it right away. Yep. So we can see that we have a pending status on this link, on this embedded link. But basically what we've done is we've created embedded sign-in invite, but we did not create the link. So for the link, we will need to use third and last call. But so you understand from SignNow side, from SignNow perspective, what was done, we've basically sent a document for signing, and you can see it in here. So we've sent it to sam@signnow.com, but we did not send any emails or any notifications. It just said, for SignNow, we just sent an invite without the email. So all we need to do right now is to generate a link. So we can see it's this call here. It says generate a link for embedded invite. Once again, we take the call from the CURL example. We go import. We paste it. We import it. And we need to change all the parameters for our call once again. So what we will do is we will take the document ID, paste it in here. We will go, we also need field invite unique ID. This will be provided in here. You can see this unique identification of the invite. So we paste it here. And we need our token. And yeah, we can change the expiration time for this link. So right now it is from 15 to 45 minutes. Let's go 45 minutes just in case. And we will send the document out. So we can see that our API generated a link, an embedded sign-in link that you can further embed to any iframe of any application. And that's how it looks. Let me just paste it in the iframe tester. So we can see that we have a link that we can paste here, and it will be just opened on this side. We'll go like this, and we need to take this one out. All right, so yep, this should be good enough. Let's just run it. As you can see, SignNow opened in the iframe. We can see that it's the correct email address. We can see that it's the correct document. So basically, this part can be different for every application and every website, web page. So different user will see it differently, but for general purposes, it will just be like this. So the user can sign the document. They will be able to input their test signature. All right, and as soon as we sign the document in here, we can complete it, and the document will be in the signed status in SignNow application. So you can download it and maybe make it available for the signer if it is required in your use case. So basically, that's all that's needed for SignNow embedded sign-in process. Thank you for coming. Have a great day.